What's up, news? Radio Universe here, and welcome to a new episode. And this one is going to be kind of sad to announce to people, especially to some other nerds out there, especially somebody like me who haven't read these comics yet. And at some point, I would love to get them. Maybe take a look into the omnibuses at some point. But the series Invincible, which has hit up on Amazon and has made a lot of people happy, a lot of fans are really excited to see the series, have sadly have something very wrong with them. They are fixing what is known as the graveyard plot in the whole entire comic book thing. They are not having any crossovers, which is of course very sad to know about. They will not have any otherworldly events going on. But however, there is something even worse than this. What if I told you that the Invincible TV series is failing the comic books? I can hear a lot of people screaming, "What do you mean? What the hell are you talking about? Why do we care?" Because, well, like people who actually go to certain places and go, "Excuse me, but that is wrong what you're doing. That is not according to the comic book, you stupid noobs." Those kind of people. And I am one of those people. Sometimes. Yeah. Anywho, let's see what Invincible has been doing to the comic book fans, shall we? Oh boy, we are going to go to IGN and read all about this on the IGN website. Oh dear Christ. Invincible, how the show failed the comic. The Amazon adaptation hasn't lived up to the promise of Robert Kirkman comic books yet. Ooh. And it was posted on March 30th, just to let you know. Spoilers for the first three episodes, I will not really be caring about that. The first three episodes of Invincible, based on the early 2000s Image comics, are now streaming on Amazon Prime. The adult animated show was greenlit in 2018 with a separate live-action film en route. It arrived with the media culture dominated by superhero adaptations. It is a bright clash with wildly unapologetic gore, according to the comic book creator, Robert Kirkman, who a lot of people might remember as the writer behind The Walking Dead, which is coming to a halt at some point soon. The point is to decide the consequences of violence in very real way, but the series often struggles with the depiction, a flaw which can be illuminated over the comprehension to the comparison to the source material and the comic landscape of the time of which it originated. The show's first episode ends with a major twist borrowed from the comic's second volume. The Superman alien-like hero, Omni-Man, or Nolan Grayson, played by J.K. Simmons. No crap! That is awesome. Father to the team protagonist, Mark Grayson, who is voiced by Steven Yeun, breaks bad and murders during the show's parody Justice League, the Guardians of the Globe. It is grisly drawn out sequence where each member of the team meets a vicious end. Dun dun dun. And it also is a definitive statement about the show's tone moving forward. The next two episodes unfold Massacre's gloomy aftermath, though Mark doesn't know it yet about his father's involvement. But where the show stumbles in itself is several satirical ideas and the concept of the comic book, which we construct as a mostly dour depiction, of the superhero Invincible, who arrived 2 years after Avengers Endgame, which saw half the world reduced to dust. Just weeks after WandaVision, a show stepped in grief and anguish, and mere days after Zack Snyder's Justice League and the Wanerian saga about parents and children, whether or not by accident or desire, the show fit perfectly into the current superhero landscape and avoid overtones. So what that means is that it is not exactly what was created by Robert Kirkman back in the early 2000s. They are really turning this into basically another version of The Walking Dead. Now, basically what they're saying is that this is not what Robert Kirkman has intended, but instead is transforming into something that's sort of straight out of the Punisher from Marvel, so to speak. I have seen some pictures of Invincible. I haven't read the series yet, sad for me. But I have looked at some of the pictures of Invincible, and it is a series that does have to do with, superhero action and whatnot. But never Never, never, never in the entirety of looking at the pictures have I ever seen something that had to do with gore or whatever. And I know nothing about the series in a total, but I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that, and no spoilers for me, please, that I do believe that Omni Man in the series would never intended to be a villain, that he is, fighting alongside his son, who is supposed to be this great, superstar, and turning it into a freaking massacre show. Like, I know that they can be like adult, sensitive superhuman stuff. Todd McFarlane's Spawn is a great example. But where Spawn is supposed to be actiony, bloody, and gory, I don't think Invincible was in turn meant to be. And instead, it was supposed to be about a teenage superhero who goes through the strife of being a superhero, and so to speak, and how he grows up to be this great and really all powerful superhero. And for somebody that had grown up with superheroes as well, especially teen superheroes like the Teen Titans, you really get that comprehension of what they're trying to create. It's trying to be a sort of environment where the teenage superhero can grow up. He can make mistakes. He can learn from his mistakes. Probably the best examples of teenage superheroes gone right is probably Miles Morales and Kamala Khan. These two superheroes are the ones that really go through a lot in the world. They are two teenage superheroes. They go through hell and back again, and they make mistakes. They fuck up. They do things that they're not supposed to. But that is all intentional for them to learn, for their mistakes and whatnot. You can't just have a superhero just coming from out of nowhere and be like, aha, I am this new mighty superhero. What's that? A criminal? I will rip out your eyeballs. And then just murder them in front of thousands of people and be like, you're saved now, civilians. You have blood everywhere on your face and arms. Ah, it's all in a good day's work. Well, it's supposed to be adult oriented. I get that. If this is not what Robert Kirkman intended, then it should not be something that is seen in this. From a video by Comics Explained, where he reviews most of the comic, there is a moment where Invincible has to save a man from basically exploding, and how did he, or Omni-Man did, and how did he do this? By flying him away and having him explode. Now, obviously, that's not supposed to be something that a superhero can do, because you could have acted fast enough, whip that off the person, and throw it halfway into the sky and have it explode like fireworks without nothing being said. But intentionally, and this is going off of a person who's never read the series, anyways. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe that this is what Robert Kirkman had written about or intended in his series Invincible. I believe that he was intending to write a teenage superhero who's growing up in this world and who's learning to become a superhero all on his own rights while growing up with his mother, his father, and this whole entire world of superheroes all around him. This is sad to learn about now. Could it mean that the series will be canceled? I don't think so. I don't think that that's what it would end up becoming. I don't think that the series would ever be like, okay, shut it down, end it. I mean, as long as it's getting props and as long as it's getting looked at, I don't believe that this would be like them going, flag it, shut it down, let us end it. But if they get a lot of backlash from fans who are fans of Robert Kirkman's Invincible series, yeah, they could probably end in a shutdown and because of fans' rage. Look at what happened to Gem and the Holograms, the movie. That was supposed to be in theaters. So many fans protested the movie, they took it out of theaters. You don't mess with nerds. You don't mess with fans. This is something that the world needs to know about. We may look pathetic. We may look scrawny. We may look like pale white ghost. But anyway, we are not people to be messed with. So, for Invincible, I really hope the best for them. to Robert Kirkman, who probably is involved in this. Maybe he's not. Maybe he is. I have to say and apologize for this happening, and hopefully that everything will be resolved rather quickly. Um, it seems like something like bad, happening, man, and especially coming in like they said after One Division, during the time of Winter Soldier and Falcon, coming during the time of after Endgame, during the time of when the Black Panther is supposed to be rebooted with his sister as the Black Panther. All this hype and everything going on for superheroes, but yet it kind of feels like it's in the wrong place at the wrong time, which is actually pretty sad to notice. Like, it's trying to be something it was never supposed to be intended to be. That'd be like saying that, like, ending that Avengers movie, they just have somebody at the Punisher come in and just gun everybody down and the movie ends. I mean, it's kind of like something that's not supposed to be there that was in there in the first place. So, Invincible, I wish the best for you guys. I wish for the best for everybody working on it. I don't think that it will be a series that will be like just instantly shut down and like instantly just gone. But you can't deny the possibilities, is all I'm saying. So, the best of luck to Invincible. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. For more nerdy and other stuff, you can be sure to subscribe to the channel, share the playlist if you haven't already on other episodes that I've done, and stay tuned for more episodes that I am working on. If you like for anything to me to talk about, something that might interest me as much as it interests you, be sure to tell me in the comments down below. And also follow me on Twitter with the link in the description down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I just leave you with saying, I'll see you around.